Okay, 2.1, call to order. I will call the California Military Institute Special Board meeting to order at 6:57. I'm going to ask for a roll call to determine the quorum. Trustee Anaya?
Here.
Thank you. Trustee Stafford is absent. Trustee Hall? Here. Thank you. Trustee Garcia?
Present.
Thank you. And me, Trustee Campos, we have established a quorum. Are there any public comments?
No public comments.
Thank you, ma'am. 4.1 Curriculum Public Hearing for the California Military Institute's Local Control Accountability Plan and Annual Update for 2025-2026. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing to receive comments regarding the California Military Institute's Local Control Accountability Plan and Annual Update for 2025-2026?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Anaya. The public hearing regarding the California Military Institute's Local Control Accountability Plan and Annual Update for 2025-2026 is now open at 6:58 p.m. Okay.
Yes. There he is.
Good evening.
Good evening.
President Campos, board members, Superintendent Dr. Arouse, cabinet members, fans.
Nice.
Never a dull moment.
I never
Right.
know a moment. So I'm Dr. Michael Dotson, principal at California Military Institute, and I would like to present our LCAP update. CMI mirrors the Paris Union High School District and all of our goals, and so we've constructed our LCAP in the same manner as the Paris Union High School District, and involving all of the stakeholders, students, teachers, parents, community members, all of the stakeholders. So we created our LCAP in the same form, using the same method. So instead of repeating everything that Lindsay said, as in a way to honor everyone's time commitment, and I know that you guys had cookies, but we didn't.
We'll make a note of that.
All right. So, I always forget that I have my own control. All right. Our CMI LCAP goals. We have, like I said, we have the same goals that the district had. Goal number 1, all students will attain proficiency in ELA and math. Goal number 2, all students will graduate from high school prepared for post-secondary and career options. Goal number 3, all departments and sites will provide. And I don't need to read all of these to you. Our goals, like I said, are the same goals as the district. So our challenges and successes are a little different. So I would spend most of the time on those three. So these are our total LCFF funds and MOP as adopted by the board. So we have our concentrated and supplemental funds are included in these numbers. Using the California dashboard the results on the California dashboard are how we developed our goals and our improvements moving forward. As it was stated earlier, this is the second year of our LCAP, and I wasn't here to develop the first year, so this is what I inherited, and so this is the direction that we're moving. Now, here's some positive things as far as our graduation rate. We have one of the highest graduation rates in the district, and then our chronic absentee rate has declined by 6.9, and we know that it's at the end of this school year, it will even be lower. Our chronic absentee is, and then of course our suspension rate. We don't have many kids that get in trouble, so our suspension rate is going to remain low always, and well, as long as I'm there, it's going to remain low. And then and so we're in the blue category on that. So we're doing really good, looking good as far as our California dashboards and the highlights of our California dashboard. These are our highlighted areas now. The other news is we have some challenges too. But so our annual updates, successes. So we've expanded our professional development in ELA, math, and other social studies. And goal number 1, we increased the access to instructional technology. Every student has a Chromebook. Every student has access to all the technology that is available. And our MTSS system is probably second to none, I would say, in the district. We had 100% FAFSA completion, 100% A through G completion across all subgroups, and we've expanded our AVID. We are very, very proud of our AVID program, and we're even going to expand it to even more classrooms and more teachers. On goal number 3, our student well-being. Our suspension rates, once again, I said they decreased. They were low, but they went even lower. And once again, I truly believe that that's mainly due to the structure that we have at the school. We have high expectations, and we hold our students to those high expectations without exception. And our PBIS and Tier 1 supports are in place. And we practice PBIS on our campus with fidelity. So it's not like at haphazard. Some teachers do it, some teachers don't. We practice PBIS with fidelity throughout our campus. That was one of my expectations when I got to the school, and we're holding up to those expectations. Our increased attendance. We did not have a Saturday school program this year. I don't know why. I don't know if they ever had a Saturday school program at CMI. However, knowing that this is one of the district's high priorities, that laser focus that I'm always hearing about increasing enrollment and increasing attendance. So we do a heck of a lot of things on the weekends where we students that have been absent throughout the week or throughout the month. We do a lot of things on the weekends that we've known now that we can capture attendance by the students who are participating in those things that we didn't know about. I mean, we have all of our summer camps, all of the things that we do up at San Luis Obispo with our cadet corps. We have ample opportunities to collect to recoup ADA, and moving forward, we're going to do this. So the competition that the other schools had that we were not included in because we didn't have our Saturday school program, we will top that. We will. I promise you today, CMI is going to have the highest recapture of attendance rate. So any other principals who are here who think that they're going to top CMI, they're going to have it.
I think you all need to put a wager on that one.
Got money.
No, not money. Some type of physical activity.
Washing cars.
What do you say?
Washing cars.
He'll let you dye his hair rainbow colors.
That's never going to happen. All right.
Moving on.
Goal number 4. So as most of you who have been to CMI know, we have some of the best parent engagement of any school in the district. I mean, and that's one of the things that I brag about just about every time that I come up here is how engaged our parents are. And they show up for everything, and so
Good.
that makes me have to show up for everything too. But I don't have any problem with that because if I'm there and support and showing in support, then I'm glad to see that the parents can see that I support the things that their students are doing. And then we've strong turnout in our back to school night and our open house. Like I said, the parents they come out to CMI. We had a great reclassification rate this year. We had 49.9% of our EL students reclassified, one of the highest in the districts. I'm not sure how many of our students scored 4 on. I mentioned that I told you this last time that at our last board meeting. The number of there's so many numbers on this thing. This one doesn't stick with me right now.
46.
Okay, 46. Okay. Thank you. So yeah.
Real quick, as brief as possible, reclassified means going back to Jen?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are English proficient now. So
Okay.
yes, they go back to they don't have to be in the EL classes anymore. They can go back to full time in the general
Copy that.
education classes.
All right, thank you.
So we had a great number of students doing that, and I attribute that to our EL teachers. Working hard to make sure that our students were prepared to take the LPAC test, and then when they took it, that they were successful in the LPAC testing. So these are some of our successes for the school year. Some of our challenges. Notable declines in our ELA and math scores on our CAS. I have great expectation, and I know these scores are out now. I have great expectations that our scores will increase or have increased. I haven't seen the numbers yet. I know they're out there, but I feel strongly that our students have increased in their ELA and math scores. And of course, I already mentioned our English learners. They are doing very, very well. And goal number 1. Goal number 2. Our college and career preparation remains high in all groups. Our AP success and dual enrollment participation is truly not evenly distributed, but we are working on getting more students of all ethnicities, all cultures involved in more dual enrollments. We have one of our goals. Not on our LCAP goal, but one of our goals as a school is to try to make more students aware of the importance of higher education, the importance of going to college or getting into one of our CTE pathways to be able to get a high paying and successful in their careers once they leave CMI. So we need to work a little bit harder on getting more students either enrolled in dual enrollment classes, AP classes, and also in the CTE pathway classes. Student well-being, goal number 3. Just like I said, despite our overall improvement, we still have subgroups that, we still talk about COVID and the effects COVID have had on our students. One of the things that we identified with the results of COVID was that our students lost at least 2 years of socialization skills. And with those 2 years that they have lost, there's still a lot of work to be done to get our students back. Their well-being, their social skills. We have a lot of awkwardness now because of the lack of social skills that they lost during the COVID years. So we're working on trying to, and this is one of the reasons why I absolutely still need that counselor that we were talking about earlier. Earlier, not today, but earlier, past days. There is a need for stronger mental health, and this is what she does. She works with our students' mental health, and she also works with our college and career. So those are the 2 goals that we've identified that we would pay our counselor, the one that's up for RIF. Those are the two goals that we, and our LCAP goals that we've discovered that we can pay for not only the upcoming year, but outgoing years. What do you call them? Outlying years?
Out ears.
Okay. Out years. Okay.
What you said works.
Okay. And then, of course, we are inconsistent access for families, which by that I mean not all families have access to Wi-Fi in their houses, and so we still have to do work on trying to come up with, because they don't have Wi-Fi, come up with other ways that they can access information, throughout the school year. And goal number 5, as Lindsay was saying, is the English Learner Achievement Goal. And once again, our EL students are achieving at pretty high levels of success. However, we can still improve on that, and moving forward, we will improve on it. So here are some of our planned improvements. So intensifying coaching on literacy and math strategies. We found money in our LCAP also to actually have teachers actually going to conferences and getting the latest and greatest research, bring it back on the curriculum and development, curriculum instruction, and the curriculum deliverance, so that we can increase our scores. And I know our scores went up, but we're still significantly low in ELA and in math, just like the rest of the district is. But we're getting there. Deepening the integration of tech and pedagogy, working closely with James in the technology department to make sure that all of our technology is up to date, working the way it's supposed to be, and making sure that that all students have equal access to all of the technology, to all of the programs that they need to maintain success. And then strengthen the progress of monitoring systems across all content areas. Not just having the stuff and the equipment, the technology, and give it to the students, but making sure that they're using it effectively and efficiently. Making sure that they have, like I said, have access to all of the programs that we have that are available to them. And goal number 2, college and career, expanding our AP classes, and like I said, expanding our CTE classes. What we did was we created a survey for our students to find out their interest, especially with the CTE program. Find out what do they want to do? For those students who are not going to go to college, what is of interest to them? What is going to make them want to come to school each and every day? This is what you're looking for. This is what you're asking us for. This is the students. This is what you're asking us for. So we'll provide this and enroll these students in these classes. And one of them is like forensic medicine. So I know that's one of the great interests that our students have provided to us that they're interested in. So we're looking into getting that. Now, what I learned this year is that I think I learned this when Diane Martin was still here, that we can't start this program this upcoming school year, the forensic medicine path, because the teacher that we have from RCOE, she's not trained for that. So, but after this year, we will get a teacher from RCOE that is trained and able to deliver that instruction. Moving on to goal number 3, student well-being. Once again, our behavior and mental health is still an issue, even though COVID is years beyond us, we still have students who are still struggling with the social skills that of the years that they missed out on that. And let's see. So I'm not this increasing the staffing for attendance. So I can say that we don't need to increase staffing for attendance and wellness. We have the staff. We have enough staffing to get our attendance to recapture our ADA. We have enough staffing to do that. What we do need is that wellness counselor that we talked about. Family and community engagement. We are doing so well on that, but once again, there's just like with everything else, there's room for improvement. One of the things that our parents would like is to bring we have our APAC, we have our LPAC on campus once. I think it's every other month we have our LPAC meeting. Every 2 months we have our LPAC meeting on campus. But our parents are asking to have our APAC meetings back in person. Right now they're virtual, but they want to bring it back on campus. So I'm going to make myself available, and our APAC meetings are in the evening. So I will make myself available in the evening so that we can continue to have our APAC meetings on campus. So that's one of the improvements that we're going to have for the 25-26 school year. And then once again, allocating for planned improvements, allocating specific funding for our EL actions, expand our designated courses. I mean, we have a lot of kids who reclassified. We want to get them all reclassified. I don't want any long-term English learners lingering on our campus. That's once again, that's a school goal.
Good. Yeah, that is a good, right?
So this is the way the numbers break down. I'm not gonna read every line to this. So they have the presentation. They have a presentation, right? You guys have our presentation, right?
No, but they'll email it to us.
No, it's on here. I mean, of what you're going through.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't need to go through. I won't go through all the lines because you guys didn't give me any cookies. So I'm just saying.
We'll work on it.
Click. and I would love to go through this, but I can't even see it. So, I can't. But there it is. It's in front of you, so you'll have it. I can see these numbers because they're a little bit. So this is all students who graduate with high school prepared for post-secondary and career actions. Our goal number 2 and number 3, just like with the district, those are our 2 highest priority goals. And those are the small numbers that follow that goal. Just like Lindsay said, with goal number 3, it's not any less important. But that we decided to use the majority of our LCAP dollars to support goal number 2 and number 3.
Nice.
And there's little ants. And then goal number 4 is secure and strengthen the homeschool community connections. We're doing a very good job with our home and school communications. We do know that there are some students who do not have access to Wi-Fi at their homes, and we're trying to figure other ways to support those students also. And even if that means paying staff overtime to tutor these kids in the mornings, at lunchtime, and after school. So we're supporting them even though they don't have Wi-Fi at home, if we can give them that support at school until, if they get it.
Are there any government programs or any programs with the companies we utilize for the Wi-Fi services to, parents fill out a form or anything, get free hotspots or something?
I don't have that answer at the top.
No, it's okay.
But certainly I will get that answer and give it to you. And I do think that we do have hotspots also.
Dr. Haas,
Yes,
would you
sir.
like me to address that?
Yes.
James.
We're not going anywhere. So the Paris Union High School District and CMI by extension provides hotspots to families that demonstrate a need for it. It's provided free to us through T-Mobile's Project 10 Million, which provides us with about 1,000 hotspots that we check out to our students, including CMI, but it does require them to notify an administrator, go through a process, and be vetted before they get a device.
Thank you.
James,
There's your answer, sir.
can we work on getting like a T-Mobile
Project 10 Million.
sponsored, I'm just saying.
We'll talk about that.
sponsorship.
Yeah, we'll talk about that privately.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about like because he mentioned that it was T-Mobile that we're doing that. But that'd be, I think, something, when we're talking about branding and getting stuff out there, if we named a computer lab or something at CMI, if they'd be willing to partner, hey, we could name it, the T-Mobile.
Absolutely, and T-Mobile has indicated they'd like to sponsor school events, not necessarily directly to like a computer lab, but they do like to sponsor clubs.
How about you connect with Chuck? There's an idea in the works that we need to bridge that gap, and we'll
Absolutely,
make
Mr.
that
Hall,
happen.
when you have a chance, let me know.
Yeah, got it.
Since we're talking about it,
since you mentioned it, so I was like, hey, why not?
Since we're talking about technology and CMI, but can we get like a computer screen on the podium for when the people, so the people could see what the audience sees on the screen? Because I know a lot of districts have that. Is that
You're
possible?
talking about the front display?
No, on there. So because he couldn't see the screen.
Oh,
something
you're talking
facing-
about a presenter display?
Yeah.
We'll look into that.
if it's cheap or free. I like free better.
Right. Thank you.
We can name our.
Or you could bring your laptop.
We can name. Yeah, that's true too.
What would you like to name? What?
We can name our football
Yeah,
field.
T-Mobile.
That's what I'm talking
AT&T Mobile. AT&T Mobile football. CMI Mobile football field. AT&T/CMI Mobile football.
Hey, we're with it.
All right. Yeah, I did actually speak with Governor Brown this weekend also. So I'll tell you about
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And those are the ants that go with this.
That is small.
I see, right?
Yeah, if you open up on the computer, you have to click the plus
He
button.
doesn't have his
to, like,
computer with
No,
him.
I'm saying like for
Oh,
us to
us,
see
yeah,
it.
we have to
I have to like
expand the
200%. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I had a question on, and I'm sorry to wait for so long. I was looking through all the other slides, but on the teacher collaboration, it's goal one, it's 124,000, almost 125. That's just like, what's the teacher collaboration? I guess expense. It's goal 1.1. I don't know if you can go back on that. I just didn't know what that was, what it entails.
Oh, I believe that was with working with our. We had a consultant that we were working with. Solutions. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That was that.
Okay. And then I thought there was one more. And so when I was looking at the LCFF budget overview for parents, I noticed that the expenditures were 4.294 million, and then the actuals were, I think, 3.886. So is that where some of the money that we found it? Okay, so you didn't spend as much as the allocation was. Okay, because when I saw that number, I was like, oh, it's a little off. And I think in the other one,
No,
It's-
that's
okay.
absolutely correct, Mr. Thomas.
okay, thank you.
And I also hope the ideas we were floating around the other day at the awards, you guys take into consideration.
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
thought the branding was a great idea.
And the meeting that you asked about, I was just trying to wait till after the school year so where
Yeah.
everybody has time.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
But Solutions Trees helping with the PLCs?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But now, so moving forward, we're not gonna we because of deficit spending, we've eliminated the coaching. It was costing like $65,000 for 7 schools.
But CMI is going to continue with that
Yes.
process.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In this probably is going to be for you, and I would like to take the opportunity, I know this is CMI, but we can expand it to the district, Dr. Egan's. If we can do a survey, because I want to be responsive to the concerns of our board, they are very valid concerns about are the teachers part of the process? So maybe I would recommend a survey on looking at the effectiveness of PLCs during the time. And if not, we need to include them to select a process where we are going to be analyzing the data to identify what the students are mastering, what the students need to work on, and if they are not mastering, what are we going to do about it, right? That is what is non-negotiable, right? They can decide on what process we are going to be using, okay? But if they are okay with PLCs, we can continue. Probably it's going to be for the following year because we already have this, right? But during this coming year, 25-26, we can get the input from the teachers on both Parents Union and CMI to see to what level of satisfaction there with PLCs. Otherwise, if not, then we are going to help us identify other processes where we are going to continue to analyze data.
Right.
As long as they don't tell us we don't want to analyze
Exactly.
data, because that is not negotiable. We will analyze data, right? Because that is what the research is telling us that is for the best of the students. Okay, so something, Dr. Eagles, to keep in mind and consideration. Okay, thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
It's right here.
All right.
Wow, we've never seen them go so late.
Okay, so,
Oh, am I finished?
We got another one, right?
no, right? Or is it
We
no
have a
more?
budget.
Oh, yeah, that's right, okay.
You can do
So-
it or Nathan.
No, that's okay, that's okay.
Okay, so there's a motion by trustee Garcia and a second by trustee Hall to receive for review and consideration as part of the first reading of the California Military Institute's Local Control and Accountability Plan and annual update for the 2025-2026 school year. Any discussion? No?
No.
Please vote.
Have you closed the?
Oh. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. I skipped ahead. I apologize. Oh, so I was supposed to go back. Okay, I apologize. So it's supposed to be, that was a presentation. Are there any public comments?
No, probably.
Okay, no public comments. Thank you. The public hearing regarding the California Military Institute's Local Control Accountability Plan and annual update for 2025-2026 has been closed at 7:30. And there's a motion by trustee Garcia and a second by trustee Hall to receive for review and consideration as part of the first reading of the California Military Institute's Local Control Accountability Plan and annual update for the 2025-2026 school year. Please vote. On a vote being taken, the vote was 4 in favor, 1 absent. 4.2, business public hearing regarding adoption of the 2025-2026 California Military Institute's budget. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing and receive comments regarding the 2025-2026 California Military Institute's budget? So moved.
Second.
Okay. Thank you, trustee Hall on the first. Trustee Garcia on the second. The 2025-2026 the California Military Institute's budget public hearing is now open at 7:31 p.m. Oh.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Rao. It's an honor to be here in front of you guys today. Today I'll be talking about CMI's 25-26 budget proposal. So to kick off our budget presentation, I want to touch on budget assumptions. So it's always important to understand the assumptions that go into our projections here. So on our budget assumptions tab, we have our enrollment by fiscal year. You can see that we are projecting that enrollment to stay consistent, as well as our unduplicated and our ADA capture rate. Similar to the district, we have our COLAs, our STIRs, our PERS rates, all similar to the district. We use the same COLAs, the same STIRs, same PERS. Not listed here is insurance and utilities, but those are projected at the same percentages as the district. And moving to our enrollment summary, this right here is just taking our data and creating a graph. This was created by Mimi. Mimi loves her graphs, so I appreciate Mimi. Right here, what we can see is we do have three prior fiscal years. We have 21-22, 22-23, and 23-24. What you can see is that in 21-22 and in 22-23, our capture rate was a little bit lower, and now we're at 94%. So our assumption is we're assuming that our enrollment and our capture rate will remain the same moving forward to our adopted year and our out years. On the next slide here, we're talking about our LCFF calculation. So very similar to the district, you'll see that we do have 4th and 6th here, as CMI does have 5th and 6th grade. And you can also see that the total LCFF funding for ADA is a little bit different. The reason why that's different is because they have a different calculation for supplemental and for concentration grants. And that's due to their specific unduplicated pupil percentage. I'm flying through this, so let me know.
No,
if you
you're
have
doing
any
great.
questions.
Keep going. We like it.
Okay, so now we're in unrestricted. What we're looking at here is that if we go back and we look at second interim to now estimated actuals, you'll see that the deficit has decreased. Similar to the district, a big thing with CMI is that their LCAP expenditures were decreased at estimated actuals, and they were added to the ending fund balance, which will be carried forward to future years. So I think to tie that back to Dr. Dodson's presentation, one of his slides had expenses more than what his revenue was. That's due to spending that carryover in that year. In unrestricted, you can see that the deficit is really consistent as we move forward in our unrestricted resources. On our next slide, we're going to talk restricted. In our restricted resources, you can see that we do have a deficit, but that deficit tapers off and is gone in 27-28. The reason why it's gone is because we're assuming that as restricted resources expire, that spending is not picked up in unrestricted resources. Right here we do have the cost of 1% for our groups at CMI. Things to keep in mind as we go into negotiations. And then our next steps is that a final budget will be presented to the board on June 18th along with the LCAP. If necessary, we can submit a 45-day revision, and after this, we're going to be closing out our 24-25 fiscal year, and we will present our audited actuals in September of 20. Well, not our audited actuals, but our unaudited actuals will be presented. And that's it. That's all I got for CMI.
Nathan.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sir.
Just to clarify this, based on the information that we receive about the process of independent charter school, Paris Union High School, was this developed with the input of Dr. Dodson and the advisory committee? And the final decisions on how you are using that money is being made by CMI and the advisory committee?
Yes.
Okay. Before this one, was this budget presented to Dr. Dodson and the advisory committee during this 24-25 school year?
Yes. So when we talk budget, we normally will meet with CMI like on an interim basis, think first interim, second interim, estimated actuals.
Okay.
So we have ongoing meetings throughout the year.
Okay.
For adopted budget, yes, we did. So all of our assumptions, we build them with the leadership of CMI.
Do you happen to remember when was the last time during this 24-25 school year that this was shared with Dr. Dodson and the advisory committee?
Yes.
When it was?
Last Tuesday. Last week.
No, but what about first semester? It
First
was not
semester,
shared with
yes, during first semester, I would say probably around October.
Okay. Yeah, because after October, and just we're committed to transparency. I heard rumors that CMI didn't have any knowledge about the budget. And because that deficit spending that fortunately is 600-something thousand was close to $2 million. And I heard that was not shared. So just clarifying, so in October it was shared. It was developed last year, I'm assuming, right? And I know Dr. Dodson was that part of it. But it was presented to CMI and they knew what everything was there. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you so much.
Of course,
Thank you.
We met at least 4 times We met at least 4 times with the,
Oh.
this year, with the finance department.
Oh, okay, thank you, Dr. Latson, for confirming
Yes.
that those rumors, they were unfounded.
Yeah,
They are
rumors,
wrong.
yeah, they have rumors.
Okay, yeah, so it's important to address them. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. So are there any public comments?
No public comments.
Thank you, ma'am. The 2025-2026 California Military Institute's budget public hearing is now closed at 7:37. And there's a motion by Trustee Hall and a second by Trustee Garcia to receive the 2025-2026 California Military Institute's budget for review and consideration. Seeing no comments, please vote. On a vote being taken, we have 4 in favor and 1 absent. 5.1. Adjournment, special meeting of the California Military Institute for June 2nd, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Anaya. Seeing no discussion, please vote. On the vote being taken, the vote was 4 in favor and 1 absent. And this meeting is adjourned at 7:38.